India. Our chief guest, may I request him to please join us on stage. Please welcome him with a round of applause. We warmly welcome Shri Sanjiv, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, our esteemed guest of honor. Let's welcome him on stage. We extend a very warm welcome to Shri Neeraj Akhoury, Chairman-NCB, President-CMA and Managing Director, Shri Cement Limited. May I request him to please join us on stage. A very warm welcome to Shri Mahendra Singhi, Member of Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited. He'll be joining us shortly. A very warm welcome to Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB. May I please request him to please join us on stage. A very warm welcome to Dr. S.K. Chaturvedi, Organizing Secretary, 18th NCB International Conference and Exhibition. A very warm welcome to you. So ladies and gentlemen, there they are. As I've already shared with you all, let's welcome them with a huge round of applause, please. And let me share a very important detail. Our honored chief guest and the esteemed guest of honor have created history. You know, they have shown us the precedent to cementing the net zero future by choosing to travel to this venue by the metro. How beautiful is that? May I first request Director General NCB, Dr. L.P. Singh, to kindly do us the honors of presenting bouquets to the esteemed chief guest, our esteemed guest of honor, and please welcome them. A very warm welcome to Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. A very warm welcome to Shri Sanjiv, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Our very warm and hearty welcome to Shri Neeraj Akhoury, Chairman-NCB, President-CMA and Managing Director, Shri Cement Limited. Thank you, Dr. L.P. Singh, for doing us the honors of presenting the bouquets. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to share with our international guests that it is tradition and culture in India to start any auspicious occasion with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. But since we are still awaiting Shri Mahendra Singhi to join us, may I have the permission of the Honorable Chief Guest and the Guest of Honor to start the ceremony with the lighting of the lamp. We light the ceremonial lamp and pray for the success of one and all. Let's bow down our heads in obeisance to Lord Almighty.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvikhanam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada.
Well, the lighting of the traditional lamp was accompanied by a beautiful prayer to Lord Ganesha. In Indian tradition and culture, he is the Lord who removes all obstacles and ensures success for all. So let's bow down our heads in obeisance to Lord Almighty. Let's close our eyes and give a silent prayer for the success of everyone who's present here. I now take the pleasure of inviting Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB, to kindly give the welcome address. Please put your hands together and give a warm applause.
Good morning. Honorable Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia ji, Secretary DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Shri Sanjiv ji, Joint Secretary DPIIT, Shri Neeraj Akhoury ji, Chairman-NCB, President-CMA, and MD-Shree Cement. In absentia, Shri Mahendra Singhi ji, who is about to join us in few minutes, Member Board of Directors and Strategic Advisors, Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited. My colleague, Dr. S.K. Chaturvedi, who is the Organizing Secretary for this 18th NCB seminar. Dignitaries of the dais, sponsors, exhibitors, delegates, supporting organizations, students from academic and research institutes, media partners, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Namaskar. It's my privilege to extend a warm welcome to the gathering of such eminent people from across the globe at the inaugural session of 18th NCB International Conference and Exhibition on Cement, Concrete and Building Materials. This year, the conference has received overwhelming response and participation with around 1,200 delegates from India and around 100 delegates from across the globe. We are organizing this grand international conference with the theme, Cementing the Net Zero Future, with an aim to bring together the planners, policymakers, technocrats, and the research community on a common platform for disseminating knowledge on the latest innovations to take India's growth story forward with the goal towards net zero carbon emissions in line with our Honorable Prime Minister vision, making India net zero by 2070. This year conference has seen a big response in terms of technical papers on various topics covering from entire life cycle of cement, from mining to processing to its end use, that is concrete. These papers have been received from cement industry, academia, equipment manufacturers, research institutes, and startups. There will be 5 plenary addresses from stalwarts of cement and concrete industry. We have Professor S.P. Shah from US, we have Dr. A.K. Chatterjee from India, we have Professor Karen from Switzerland, we have Professor Thomas from Germany, and we have Mr. Christophe from France, who will be delivering the plenary lectures. Apart from this, there are 18 session keynotes in 21 technical sessions from industry and academia experts. The technical committee of the conference has selected 220 papers, out of which 145 will be oral presentation, and around 77 papers will be digital posters. We have also kept 2 special sessions on chemistry of cement, where eminent experts from institutes like NITs and IITs, they will be making presentations. This time we have tried to digitize whether it is paper submission, delegate registration, and all other activities of the conference. So basically we are trying to move towards a paperless conference this year. While we were conceiving this conference, so on the suggestion of advisory committee, to increase academic industry connect, we have also invited 200 PhD and MTech students working in the area of cement concrete from various institutions, and they will be actively participating in our conference. With more than 200 stalls, our technical exhibition showcases the latest products and developments in plant and machinery, automation system, advanced analytical instruments from most of the world's leading companies. This year, 10 startups are also participating and also showcasing their products or services in the exhibition. Sir, I am happy to share that NCB's research and innovative initiatives, which are aligned to industry requirement, national priorities, and society at large. Apart from that, we are also addressing current R&D requirements of the cement, building material, and construction industries. NCB work is fully aligned with the policies of Government of India, and we have taken up several important assignments with DPIIT, Niti Aayog, Bureau of Indian Standards, Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and so on. We are closely working BIS and cement industry in formulating codal provisions within a time frame of, let's say, 3 years. I have pleasure to inform you that around 40 of our scientists and engineers are members of various BIS committees. We have submitted panel reports to BIS for codal provision formulation of low carbon cements, such as Portland limestone cement, Portland composite cement based on fly ash and slag. NCB is also working on utilization of various industrial waste like lime sludge, tannery waste, phosphogypsum, etc. And so recently we have taken up a very innovative project where uranium tailing waste. Presently, there is a legacy of uranium tailing waste available, and it is not being used for any application. So we are exploring whether this waste can be used as a raw material for cement industry. Sir, as Government of India is focusing on startups in manufacturing sector, so this year in the month of May, we set up an incubation center catering the need of cement and concrete sector. Our incubation center has become a benchmark for other manufacturing industries, and already many startups have joined with us, and we hope that under our incubation centers, they will provide solution to the cement and construction industry. Sir, I'm also happy to share that NCB, along with IIT Delhi and IIT Madras, has successfully bid for International Conference for Chemistry of Cement, which is going to be held in 2027 at the same venue. And this is one of the most prestigious events which India will be hosting after 35 years. So last time we hosted in 1992. And the theme for this 2027 International ICCC is Achieving Sustainability and Carbon Neutrality in Cement and Concrete. And we expect to organize this in the month of October 2027 at the same venue. So we expect similar kind of support and blessings from DPIIT, our fraternity from cement industry, academic and research institution, and all others who are working in this area. And this we want to showcase that how strongly India is going in terms of research innovation in the field of cement and construction sector. I'm sure that this conference will be a rewarding experience. Our mind will be assailed by a torrent ideas, information, statistics, interpretations, and visions. I, on behalf of my NCB family, welcome you to Delhi and expect a pleasant stay. So without further ado, I once again welcome you all for the conference. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for setting the right note to this morning's proceedings with your warm welcome address. And ladies and gentlemen, as you have seen on stage, we have just received here in our midst Shri Mahendra Singhi, Member of Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement, Bharat Limited. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as India continues to defy the odds and is posting a very high growth, the cement industry, of course, is the hero of this success story and continues to contribute to this growth story which the whole world is in awe of. I now take the pleasure of requesting Shri Neeraj Akhoury ji to kindly address on Indian cement industry, challenges and opportunities. Please put your hands together and welcome Chairman-NCB, President-CMA and Managing Director, Shri Cement Limited, Shri Neeraj Akhoury.
Shri Amardeep Singh ji, Bhatia ji, Secretary DPIIT, Shri Sanjiv, Joint Secretary DPIIT, my senior Mrs. Mahendra Singhi, Dr. L.P. Singh, Directors General of NCB, Shri S.K. Chaturvedi, Dr. S.K. Chaturvedi, Joint Director and Organizing Secretary of the conference, leaders and top executives of various companies, leaders from the government departments, faculties from the academia, machinery manufacturers, consultants, delegates, students, media, and not to mention, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Delhi. You're welcome to Yashobhoomi. Welcome to a center which is today the pride of this country. I again welcome you once again to this 18th NCB conference, an exhibition on cement, concrete, and building materials organized with the theme, a very real theme, cementing the net zero future. Under the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, India has already become the world's 5th largest economy. And the way we are going, we are poised to become the 3rd largest by 2027. And here, the contribution of the building material industry, contribution of Indian cement industry has been phenomenal, has been remarkable. Indian cement industry, as you all know, is rated as one of the most efficient, one of the best performing industries across various sectors in terms of energy consumption, thermal consumption, as well as on the environmental front, and moving steadily towards further decarbonizing our operations. Indian cement industry, very proud to say, is the 2nd largest in the world after China, with an installed capacity of roughly about 640 million tons and a cement production of about 427 million tons in 23-24. Some of us who have been in the industry for last 2-3 decades, I do not know if we had ever imagined that this country will one day have an installed capacity of 600 plus million tons. It's about 159 integrated cement plants, about 128 grinding units, and about 5 clinkerization units. We have all these units across the length and breadth of the country. We have set very pragmatic targets to become a greener and a sustainable industry, to meet the commitment of our Honorable Prime Minister and become a net zero industry by 2070. The best global specific thermal and electrical energy consumption is by the Indian cement industry. Heat consumption at about 671 kilocal per kg of clinker and power at about 60.58. Average specific thermal and electric energy consumption is 740 kilocal per kg of clinker and 76 kilowatt per tons of cement respectively, and we have miles to go and further improve our efficiencies. Having set up a very strong technological bias indigenously, Indian cement industry is now quite matured technologically and critically positioned at the cusp of capturing its contribution towards development and growth of the nation. While the Indian cement industry is taking proactive steps, reviewing and revisiting targets regularly, understanding the futuristic needs and challenges, there remain certain areas which needs to be addressed seriously and it requires both technological as well as policy interventions. I will try to bring some of them in my today's talk. As an industry, we have taken several steps, like the Science-Based Target Initiatives, SBTI. Many cement companies, in fact, almost all of us, have verified their net zero CO2 reduction targets by SBTI in line with a 1.5 degree Celsius future. EP 100 initiatives to achieve the goal of doubling energy productivity, and RE 100 initiatives to meet 100% of our electricity requirement by renewable energy to mitigate greenhouse gas emission. Also the EV 100 initiative to switch our fleets to electric vehicle and or install charging for staff and our customers by 2030. Internal carbon pricing is systematically following the low carbon technology roadmap. The fuel and energy security is still a major concern for our industry. Efforts are underway to utilize various kinds of alternative fuels for cement manufacturing. The average thermal substitute has reached 7% due to the conscious effort and investment by the industry, and some of us have already reached about 20% or 30% plus. All cement plants in India are plastic negative, that is co-processing more plastic waste in cement kilns than the generation of the plastic waste. Almost all cement plants are many, many times water positive, and they conserve more water than they actually consume. India has a lot of industrial waste across the various industrial sectors across the country. Indian cement industry can play and would like to play a critical role in our transition to circular economy in various waste byproducts streams. Some of the industrial waste prominently being utilized in cement manufacturing, such as the fly ash from thermal plants, slag from the ferrous and non-ferrous industries, industrial waste from paper industry, mineral processing industries, to name a few. However, there remains a large number of industrial waste from other industrial sectors, such as the red mud from aluminum industries, gypsum from thermal and fertilizer industries, and so on, that we still have to learn how to use. There is an urgent need within the country to prepare the national inventory of various industrial waste and byproducts so that the issue of the fast depleting natural resources of limestone could be tackled in a sustainable manner, and these waste and byproducts are utilized judiciously, not only for cement manufacturing, but also for other applications as well. In this regard, I would like to mention the need for charting out India cement policy, and which would eventually entail the concept of long pending issue of polluters to pay principle as well. Further, Indian low carbon roadmap, which was drafted in 2012 and reviewed in 2017, has shifted the focus from reducing the clinker factor as its major lever to carbon capture and use. The benefits of reducing the clinker factor, though a major lever is heading towards a kind of saturation level, and therefore in order to achieve the net zero targets, CCUs for now, which as of now is in its infancy, needs to be strengthened both at technological and as well as at the policy level. This will foster the pace of achieving the carbon emission targets. I'm happy to see that very important deliberations are scheduled during the conference in this regard. No industrial sector can progress without the proper infrastructure and logistics support. It is worth mentioning that the Indian cement industry, the logistics cost still remains at a very high level, upwards of about 30% in both inwards and outwards of total cement manufacturing cost. The time has come when the cement industry and the logistics providers should work not in isolation but together in collaboration. The logistics needs to be optimized for cement handling from cement plants till its final destination. The optimized handling of cement will not only reduce the financial burden on consumers but also contribute and save national resources immensely, besides contributing to the net zero targets. I'm very happy to mention that DPIIT is finalizing the SPEL document, and all of us need to take its fullest advantage. Besides, there are other issues also which industry is taking up regularly with the concerned authorities and resolving them as well. A conference of this nature will provide us with a very common platform to come and exchange freely and share our experiences, difficulties, and also the expectations in making the industry a source point for making the world as a whole a better place to live. I extend again a warm welcome to all of you, and on behalf of NCB and on my own behalf, and look forward to a very fruitful but very realistic, very pragmatic discussions, and outcomes of this conference should be a learning point for all of us in the cement industry. Again, welcome everybody, good day, and enjoy this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for choosing to guide us with your vision. It's been a pleasure to have you here in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us, seated on the dais, Shri Mahendra Singhi, Member of Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited. He has been leading the industry with his charisma and exemplary leadership and is known as a pillar for the industry. I now take the pleasure of requesting him to kindly address the August gathering. Please put your hands together and give a warm welcome.
Happy morning, friends. How are you? Respected Sri Amardeep Singh, a very experienced administrator and now taking care of Indian industry in a big way. Dear Sri Sanjiv, mentor, guide, and caretaker of Indian cement sector also. My dear friend Neeraj, who is taking care of not only Shri Cement, but NCBM and CMA also. Shri Dr. L.P. Singh, a scientist, an innovator, and leading NCBM now. Dr. S.K. Chaturvedi, a veteran of NCBM, as well the brain behind this 18th NCB conference, organizing secretary, esteemed guests from government, from all stakeholders, fraternity of cement sector. Dear friends, it's a matter of great honor and responsibility for me to be here to share some thoughts with you, with the people who have brought pride to India by performing Indian cement sector in such a way, which was just highlighted by Shri Neeraj, that how better we are. So I would like to compliment all of you, the climate leader, sustainable leader, and cement leaders, and can we clap for all of us? Dear friends, Shri Neeraj has highlighted so many good points about us, what we are doing, what we are going to do. At the same time, in view of looming climate crisis, climate change, I think it's not Indian cement sector, but global cement sector is under observation, under scanning. And that casts a big responsibility on all of us. Let me share a small incident which I had when I was in COP29 in Baku last week. I met one of the senior NGO and I introduced myself as Mahendra, having 46 years of experience delivering happiness material which can support society for building houses, infrastructure, factories from cement sector. He said, good, you are giving happiness material, you are supporting industry, but are you aware that what damage you means global cement sector is causing? And are you people taking any concrete action? He was not aware of what we are doing, what we are going to do. But then, yes, he was concerned that what cement sector is doing globally. Reason being that cement sector from country to country emits 6 to 10% of emission globally. And if we take average of that, it may be 7 to 8%. Only good part is that when we talk of India, it may be 5 to 6% of India's GDP. But then, yes, we are emitting. And if global sector would have been one country, then maybe we would have been maybe fourth or fifth biggest country to emit CO2. We all are aware, sir, that CO2 is the most generated or most produced material or gas in the globe, like concrete, which is the second largest material used in the globe. So having this impact of 7 to 8% on globe and the concern which is there everywhere in the world, I think we have to do a great job. So far, we might have done something, but we might not have communicated. We might have created a plan, but we might not have communicated. So what we need to do? We have to now prove to the world that it's not hard to abate sector, but it is possible to abate sector. Reason being that there are now plans, now there are actions which is happening. And there are certain companies in the world who have 40%, 50%, 60% only of CO2 emissions in their company in compared to global average. And if one company or 5 company or 10 company can do that, why not 2,000 companies can do that? So we may have to highlight this to ourselves also and to the global fraternity. We all are aware that almost 65% of world's global capacity has already committed for net zero carbon and concrete to become by 2050. Many large companies of India are also part of it. And at the same time, Indian cement sector has been that way quite proactive in understanding the opportunities and challenges of low carbon technologies. Indian cement sector was the only cement sector globally who charted out plan in 2013 that how we'll be mapping out, how we'll be working on low carbon technologies. That was updated in 2019. And now again, Cement Manufacturers Association, government, Niti Aayog, and many other organizations are working together that how we can create roadmap now for net zero. Because the theme of the conference is how we can make net zero cemented or concretized. So there are ways and means by which it can be done. Now, globally, there is a demand that we should give green product. And to start with, we should give low carbon product. Again, the good news is that Indian cement sector produces almost 73% low carbon cement. And when I say low carbon cement, it means blended cement other than OPC. And it's nowhere in the world, it's the highest in our country. Reason being that we all, people of cement sector, were aware of impact of high cost of energy and also nowadays impact of carbon footprints. And on that account, we have been now marching towards how 73% can go to 75%, 80%, and so forth. And of course, there the role of government would also come forward, where they can now say that we want only low carbon cement. We don't want ordinary Portland cement, but yes, we want quality of ordinary Portland cement. So I think this day would also come when India can again take pride that we produce 100% low carbon cement. There is a process now going on how to define low carbon cement, what to do, and what standards should be created. And I'm sure government would also come forward to create standards by which those standards become performance-based, output-based, not the what content is there. Now, it's time of innovation in which we can use various type of materials, and then we can come out that yes, cement sector is committed for output-based, performance-based standard in which whatever strength is required, whatever other qualities are required, that would be given. But let cement industry decide what type of material we use, what type of binder we use, what type of process we used. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I think in most of the organizations, now discussions are how to produce cement with the least clinker. And the lower we bring down the content of clinker, the lower we are bringing down the carbon footprints, carbon emissions, and the more we are becoming greener. And I think this is the trend. But until and unless those standards change, I think we'll be only limited to pilot projects in the laboratory and may not be able to popularize it in a big way in the sector. Similarly, the way it has been highlighted that yes, to become net zero carbon cement, we need to move towards 100% renewable power, 100% non-fossil fuel, energy efficiency, and at the same time, how the emission which comes out of limestone calcination process, in which CO2 comes out, how that has to be captured, and whether that captured CO2 can be converted into useful material or it has to be sequestrated. The major challenge, I'm sure all of you, we all are facing, whole global cement sector is facing, that how to implement now this carbon capture and utilization of resources technology. We are aware that many of cement companies of US and Europe, who have been supported by their governments or by certain incentives, and they have done pilot projects. So far, no big commercial project has come in place. It would come, but at the same time, we, the people who take pride that we are the best in the global cement world, we have to take a lead. We have to take a lead, and then we have to come out that these are the technologies we would be implementing, this is the support we would require, and this is how we would implement. In fact, the good news again is that this COP29 has broadly finalized the mechanism of carbon credit trading under Article 6. And when that happens, which may take maybe a year or so, then that will be one of the good source for financing to some extent these projects, in addition to the finance which will be required as a green finance, as a grant, or as a concessional loan or something like that. So friends, that would be required. So now, in my view, what we need to do is, we need to innovate in many ways. Our Indian sector has definitely worked in many areas, but one area where we are lagging behind, maybe Europe, is innovation. And second one is how to use alternate fuel. Maybe innovation, government is also buoyant on this. Government is coming out with some policies, and maybe Amardeep Singh would highlight that how government is coming out with policies on innovation, because huge fund has been earmarked for innovation in India by our government. But at the same time, certain policy changes would be required, policy support would be required, for enhancing alternate fuel, because in Western countries or developed countries, there is a policy of polluter to pay, whereas here it's almost different or almost reverse. Secondly, for using 100% renewable power, some tweaking in policies will be required for banking, in which there is no condition that we may have to draw power from grid to bank the power and then to go for renewable power, which would mean that we can't be 100% user of renewable power. And one more innovation which is required is that how the fuel which we are using for heating can be transformed into electrification, and then by renewable energy we can heat up the kiln, we can heat up the limestone, and then to that extent we can become a non-fossil user. So friends, these are few areas where challenges are there, where support is required, and we have two senior administrators, bureaucrats from the country who are responsible also and who are concerned also. Like recently, I heard Sri Amardeep Singh in FICCI meeting, and he was very positive that what changes are required, yes, we are ready to do that. Only thing is that we'll have to put up right case before them. So friends, I'm very happy also to welcome you all, because it's a great gathering of 1,200 people, and that is Yashobhoomi. So we all can create yash for all of us by committing ourselves for innovation, for green cement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri Singhi, for sharing this global perspective on cement industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Singhi has referred to our esteemed guest of honor as the friend and confidant of the cement, concrete, and building materials industry. We are indeed pleased to have with us Shri Sanjiv, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. May I now request him to kindly address the August gathering. Please welcome with a rousing applause.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Amardeep Bhatia, sir, Secretary, DPIIT, Akhoury, sir, Singhi sahab, LP Singh sahab, Chaturvedi sahab, and dear friends. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to be here in the Yashobhoomi today. As you would be knowing, Yashobhoomi means land of glory. And as an Indian, my heart swells with pride to see this marvel of engineering, and I will suggest each one of you to just visit the place and see how we have made a world-class convention center. Of course, it would not have been possible without the active support and help of cement industry, but probably no one of us would have imagined such kind of a convention centers few years back. And why I am telling this and why we are here? Because last year, when this building was being inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, sir, I, along with Mr. LP Singh and Sanjiv Chaturvedi, were standing in this hall itself, and at that time, LP Singh sir came with an idea of participating in International Congress of Chemistry of Cement, which is going to be held in 2027. And he said, sir, we have a very difficult chance of succeeding, because other than United Kingdom, no other country has got it for the second time. And we will be competing with very developed countries like Switzerland. I think some of representatives from Switzerland are also here, and UAE also. I said, if you remember, that this is the new India, and we should participate with full earnest. And if we succeed, the precursor to the International Congress of Chemistry of Cement,
the national conference will be held in the Yashobhoomi, and today we are here because we have got it. And similarly, I was just listening to Akhoury sir saying that nobody had expected that the capacity of Indian cement industry will be 600 million ton. Sir, I assure you, by 2030, we will be 900 million tons, the biggest in the world, and dare say the best in the world. Our goal has to be the best country for giving our cement a picture which is best to the world. And in case of energy efficiency, we are already doing very good. But there are challenges of net zero, decarbonization, and circularity, especially some of you I have been regularly interacting, is circularity of gypsum. And sir, I am very happy to say that the industry has been trying its best. For example, as Mr. Jhanwar Sahib is not there, but we tried to ship gypsum from Amardeep to Kumbh in Gujarat through ship to promote circularity. India is committed for circularity in gypsum and cement, and now we are actively looking for creating the necessary railway lines and jetty in Amardeep to promote the circularity in gypsum and cement. But there is always scope for improvement. And for that, I will request the entire industry to promote startups and fresh blood. I have been told that in Ram Janmabhoomi, the cement concrete mixture is made that it can withstand 1,000 years. Now the new industry should make cement and concrete mix which can last for 2,000 years, which can be done only through startups. And in this direction, NCB has already started an incubation center, and I was very happy to see there that the 3D printer, when you look at cement, you think that the product will be very coarse. But the 3D printer used in cement industry was so fine that they made a statue, and which is in my room. It is so good, made by the 3D printers. And similarly, Akhoury sir of Shri Cement has signed a MOU with us to promote startup in manufacturing. In cement also industry, there are many startups which needs to be mentored. They need to be helped with finances. So I will request all the corporate houses to come forward like Shri Cement has already done, and make our cement industry the best. I wish this conference all the best, and with this I end my speech. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for encouraging us with your words and your gracious presence here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Guest for this morning's function has already cemented his commitment to sustainable development and the theme of this seminar by choosing to travel by the metro. So here's to leading by example by none other than the Honorable Chief Guest, cementing the net zero future by traveling and leading by example. So thank you so much, sir. It's such an inspiration to have you here with us. May I request you to please address the August gathering and please inspire us a little bit more. Please welcome with a rousing applause.
Good morning, everyone. Let me start by apologizing, first of all, for delaying the program by around 15 minutes. There was a little bit of miscalculation on my part, so I apologize. Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB, Dr. Neeraj Akhoury, Chairman-NCB and President, Cement Manufacturers Association, and MD-Shree Cement, Shri Mahendra Singhi, Member of Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement, and my dear colleague Sanjiv, Joint Secretary in DPIIT, who has been working very closely with the cement industry, not only the cement industry, but the other stakeholders related to the work he's handling. Stalwarts of the industry present here, researchers and experts from the cement industry, from India, as well as those participating from other countries from outside, from wherever you have come from. Most welcome to this beautiful venue, as well as this heritage city of Delhi. It's indeed a pleasure to be here for this 18th NCB International Conference and exhibition on cement, concrete and building materials. And it's a little difficult to address after hearing three persons who are much more knowledgeable about the sector, and also in front of all of you who know about this sector much more than I would do. But notwithstanding, let's try to weave together what is being talked about on the eve of this, in this first session of the conference. NCB has been there with us for a long time now, established in 1962. It's 62. It's been there with us and has been doing tremendous work, has done a lot of work with the industry, and has helped the industry move forward in many ways. We'll talk about it. And also this particular conference, which was started in '87, this is the 18th edition, the fact that we've come this long and have been holding this on a biannual basis is also an example of what they are doing, and they are doing consistently well since their establishment. I'm also happy to know that there are more than 1,200 delegates participating in this conference, which is a very good number, and also a very good preparatory exercise for the 27 event which is going to be held. I'm also very happy that we are considering, we have taken up the topic of cementing the net zero future, which is a topic which needs to be discussed very elaborately, not only discussed, but also discussed with a view to have an action plan to meet the targets which we have set for ourselves. And India is important because, as my previous speakers also said, it's the second largest producer of cement in the world. It's second largest after, I think, 8% of the world's cement is being produced in India, after China, the second largest. And not only the second largest, but it's a very buoyant and growing sector, driven by the ambitions that India has, the ambitions that more than 1.4 billion people of this country have, whether to have good roads, good housing, good airports, good office buildings, and also ambition to have space stations, stations to launch space vehicles. So all this requires cement, and as Sanjiv pointed out, we have to grow. The demand is growing, and it is likely to touch 900 million tons per year, and we will have to have the capacity, and we will have the capacity of 900 million ton by 2030, up from 600 million ton which we have now. Now, in moving till here, the cement industry has done pretty well, has done very well in a number of ways. If one looks at the processes have been improved. You have put in place more efficient, cost-effective processes, but as pointed out, there is much more which can be done. Automation. While going through some of the papers, there are going to be discussions during this 3-day conference on the improvement in processes which can be there, the automation which can be brought in. So there's much more which can be done, but we can't forget what has been achieved. There's a lot which has been achieved in the processes, improvement of processes which have taken place in the cement industry. The second part is with regard to the energy consumption. As pointed out earlier, we are one of the more efficient industries globally if one compares across the world. I was noting yesterday some figures which were given to me that we consume around 570 kilocalorie of per kg of clinker, which is lower than the world average. But this average of 570 kilocalorie also hides the minimum and the maximum. So there's a lot of plants which can improve in this energy consumption area. So that's something I think which the industry can work on. There's a lot of discussion about alternate fuels, which I'm very sure during the conference proceedings you'll be discussing about. And this energy efficiency has been built into the cement industry on account of a very good partnership between the government, the research bodies, as well as the cement industry. The government has given the right policy directions, and this has resulted in this energy efficiency coming into the processes which are followed. Another area where the cement industry has contributed, as again pointed out by Mr. Singhi and others, is the circularity part of it, where we have used the waste material from other industries, whether it is fly ash generated by the power industry or slag generated by the iron and steel industry, which has in fact also led to some investments coming in, encourage some investments. So that's also very encouraging how the cement industry has come into this, using the waste and being part of the circularity business, and thereby contributing to the sustainability movement. But there is a lot of work which needs to be done. There's a lot of further scope again here, like pointed out by Sanjiv and others also. Gypsum generated by fertilizer industry is something which there's a lot of scope where work can be done, and we are aware of it. government is also working, DPIIT, the department is working with other departments to see what can be done to ensure that the offtake of gypsum goes, increases, the usage increases in the cement industry. There's a good suggestion on increased use of blended cement, which can be promoted by the government. We'll need to have dialogue. I think we'll continue to have dialogue with the cement industry and with other user department and see what can be done in that, so that low carbon cement is encouraged in the industry. India is committed to its net zero targets by 2070, but also at the same time, the recognition of differentiated responsibility has to be there in the world. And India is not stopping at just giving the target of net zero. India has moved fast. In fact, if you look at the non-renewable, the renewable energy commitments, we have moved at a much faster pace than the commitments that we had given in trying to, in meeting those. So we are moving very fast, but at the same time, the world has to come together to meet this public good of reducing carbon emissions. Now, in the cement sector, which is a core sector for us, contributing to a very large extent with our infrastructure focus to the economy, carbon generation is part of the process. We have to move, as pointed out, from hard to abate to possible to abate very quickly. But in order to do that, as I understand, carbon dioxide is an important, is an unavoidable byproduct of the process which is followed. And in order to sequester the carbon dioxide which is generated, while some R&D work is going on, and some is going to be presented also during the conference, as one sees in the papers, there is the need for partnership between industry and the academia within the country, but not only within the country, but across the world also. There's a need to recognize that in finding the right solutions, in financing the right solutions, in ensuring that technology transfer takes place and the right environment is there for the technology transfer to take place, it is a public good that is being generated in lower carbon emissions. That's something I think which should lead all of the stakeholders to ensure these partnerships take place and work is done on this count. Government is committed to working with the industry, is committed to finding solutions. We have NCB, which is working in this sector, and we'll continue supporting it. We'll continue supporting partnerships between NCB and the industry in order to ensure that all of you move towards the green cement, which is, I think, still a little premature to say, but maybe at a future date we may have, we may reach that target of having green cement, marketing green cement to our stakeholders. I'm very sure during this conference, during this 3-day conference, 27, 28, and 29, you will have deliberations on not only what the industry should do, but also what the academia will do, and also maybe recommendations for how government can bring in, what are the kind of policies which the government should be looking at, what are the options available to the government to encourage the industry and academia to work together for innovation to address the seemingly difficult areas of reducing carbon emissions in the industry. And I'm very sure that you'll give very good suggestions on which we will be able to act. I wish all success to all of you in the deliberations in this conference, and hope to see you all again, either individually or on groups in some forum or the other. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughts. And the entire industry looks forward to your dynamic leadership for leading us into the net zero future. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NCB's endeavor to keep the industry updated with the latest technologies and developments, and we try to achieve this through the publications which coincide with the 18th NCB International Conference and Exhibition on Cement, Concrete and Building Materials. We first present the conference souvenir. May I request the Honorable Chief Guest, the esteemed guest of honor, and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly do us the honors. This is the conference souvenir, which consists of program details of about 225 technical papers to be presented through 150 oral presentations and 75 digital poster presentations, including details of more than 120 exhibitors showcasing latest trends and innovations in different domains of cement and construction sector. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, conference souvenir now being unveiled by the Honorable Chief Guest, the esteemed guest of honor, and all the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, sirs. We will now witness the unveiling of the conference proceedings, which is a digital copy. The conference proceedings consists of 225 technical papers in 3 volumes for each day of program in the conference. The conference proceedings can be downloaded from the NCB Conference website, NCB Conference app. May I request the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly do us the honors with the press of a button. We shall now witness the release of Compendium, the Cement Industry India 2024. The 4th edition of Compendium, the Cement Industry India 2024, provides valuable insights into the industry's current status, challenges and issues, future outlook, technological roadmap, environmental scenarios, energy efficiency, research and innovations in the field of cement and concrete industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Compendium, the Cement Industry India 2024. We shall now witness the release of publication on alternative fuels and raw materials. Alternative fuels and raw materials is one of the important levers of decarbonization of cement industry. NCB's publication on alternative fuels and raw materials is for the benefit of cement professionals, which is now ready to be released. This is the publication on alternative fuels and raw materials. Well, we will now have the release of a short film on journey of 200 glorious years of cement and concrete construction industry. This is showcasing the journey of nothing less than 200 years, so please do pay very close attention.
Cement is the most used human-made material on the planet. At COP26, Glasgow Climate Summit, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi committed to achieve the target of net zero emissions by 2070. Cement industry is making concerted efforts to align with the goal of net zero by 2070. Globally, cement industry produces over 4.1 billion tons of cement. It has been a journey of 200 years and the industry is evolving continuously to meet the demand for creating cities and infrastructure, achieving the goals of sustainability and decarbonization. Throughout history, civilizations have utilized natural binders to construct enduring structures. The term cement originates from the Latin word cementum, meaning chipped rock fragments. In 1824, Joseph Aspdin patented Portland cement, marking the beginning of modern cement. By 1845, Isaac Charles Johnson improved cement quality and reduced costs, setting the stage for mass production. The rotary kiln, initially developed by Frederick Ransom in the late 19th century, was further perfected and patented by Thomas Edison in 1904. As the 19th century advanced, cement production boomed across the US and Europe, fueling urban growth and infrastructure expansion. The dry process, developed in the early 1900s, further enhanced manufacturing efficiency. In 1940, India established its first successful cement plant in Porbandar, Gujarat, laying the foundation for its infrastructure growth. By 1924, the South Dakota cement plant in the US began operations, becoming a cornerstone of North America's infrastructure expansion. Its cement was later used in iconic projects such as the Hoover Dam. By 1948, cement enabled the construction of iconic structures like the Bhakra Nangal Dam in India. In 1962, the National Council for Cement and Building Materials, NCB, originally the Cement Research Institute, CRI, was founded to spearhead innovation and sustainability in cement production. By the 1970s, the Sydney Opera House set new architectural standards with precast concrete shells. The 1980s saw iconic projects like the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium, King Khalid International Airport and the Narmada Canal. The 1990s embraced eco-friendly technologies with projects like the Channel Tunnel. In 1991, India became the world's second largest cement producer, contributing to major projects like the Bangalore International Airport. From 2010 to 2020, the world saw groundbreaking structures like the Burj Khalifa 2010, the Statue of Unity 2018, and the Narendra Modi Stadium 2020, each showcasing advanced concrete technology and setting new records in height and capacity. In 2024, sustainability fuels innovation in the cement industry with projects like Bharat Mala Pariyojana in India and the Dubai Creek Tower, highlighting its commitment to a resilient, sustainable future. In this journey of 200 years, the cement industry has undergone significant technological advancements. Clinker production has evolved to optimize energy use, with key advancements such as the shift from the bottle kiln to the modern rotary kiln systems, rotary cooler to modern walking floor coolers, and from horse-powered mills to Horo mills. Cement has evolved through key milestones: the patenting of Portland cement, the development of Meso-Portland cement and white cement, followed by the use of granulated slag in Portland slag cements and the blending of fly ash for Portland pozzolana cement to the more recent LC3, a low-carbon cement. Closer to home, the Indian cement industry proudly stands as a cornerstone of this legacy.
Indian cement industry has proactively taken tangible and solid steps like production of blended cement, utilization of alternate fuels and raw materials, installation of waste recovery systems, improving energy efficiency, switching to renewable energy, and is evaluating to adopt new technologies like carbon capture and utilization, CCU. Cement industry has been part of the global initiatives like Science-Based Targets initiatives, that is SBTi, EP100, RE100, EV100, to decarbonize the cement production. Some of the leading cement companies in India have also accepted the goal to achieve net zero concrete by 2070.
Celebrating 110 glorious years of innovation, resilience and contribution to nation building. The Indian cement industry evolved from government control in 1914 to becoming the world's second largest producer post-deregulation in 1991. By 2024, it achieved a total installed capacity of 639 million tons, driving India's growth with a strong CAGR. From imagination to reality, from industry to humanity, the cement industry is carving the green path for the next century.
वर्ष 2070 तक भारत नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य हासिल करेगा।
I understand that it's very difficult to bring 200 years of legacy in a video film, but I'm sure you enjoyed it all. And you all deserve the congratulations and kudos for all those achievements which are listed here and more which are yet to come. So ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to celebrating those individuals who have brought laurels to the industry and their organizations. In order to recognize the exemplary services of Indian stalwarts in the field of cement and concrete sector, NCB Lifetime Achievement Award is being instituted by NCB. The search committee formed by NCB has recommended to confer the first NCB Lifetime Achievement Award on Padma-Shri Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya, former Chairman and Director General NCB. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest and the esteemed guest of honor to present the award. But first, may I invite on stage Dr. B. Panduranga Rao, Joint Director NCB, to please read the citation.
Respected dignitaries and dais of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. So I'll read the citation. The National Council for Cement and Building Materials proudly honors Padma-Shri Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya, a visionary leader, the legendary contributor to the Indian cement industry and construction sector, with the NCB Lifetime Achievement Award. Shri V.V. Giri, the then Honorable President of India, laid the foundation stone for construction of Ballabgarh Complex on 25th March 1970 under the pragmatic and visionary leadership of Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya. Leading from the front, Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya established the institute as one of the world-class R&D center in the country. Through his leadership and commitment, Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya has significantly contributed to the nation's progress, exemplifying excellence in industrial and infrastructure development. NCB extends its gratitude for his decades of service and outstanding achievement in vital sectors. By honoring Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya with NCB Lifetime Achievement Award, NCB is extremely privileged. This recognition celebrates his unparalleled dedication to advancing research, innovation, and sustainable development in cement manufacturing, building materials, and construction industries. This citation is presented as a mark of respect and gratitude to Padma-Shri Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya. So Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya requested Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB, to receive this award on his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. May I now request Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB, to please receive the award on behalf of Padma-Shri Dr. H.C. Visvesvaraya. May I request for a huge round of applause, please? Thank you, Dr. Singh. Now that we have conferred the award, let's watch this short video message by Padma Shri Dr. H.C. Vishveshwaraya.
Honorable Minister, respected delegates, dear DG NCB and my friends. As I receive this award, my mind goes back to the quarter century of the best part of my youth that I dedicated to building this great multidisciplinary organization, NCB. In what has been achieved, I must acknowledge the guidance and support I received from the then doyens of civil technology like Dr. R.R. Hattiagadi of ACC, Shri Mriduhari Dalmia of Dalmia Cements, administrators like Shri R.V. Raman, the then Secretary to Government of India in the Ministry of Industrial Industries, Dr. Lal C. Varman, the then National Leader of Quality and Standards, successive presidents of CMA, and of course, the support I received from dozens of dedicated young and competent colleagues who worked hand in hand with me in achieving what we see today. I am confident that with a strong foundation laid, with a healthy framework built on it, with a metrics method of management system evolved and practiced, and with the dynamics or a dynamic and result-oriented program being pursued, NCB will grow further as a strong, dynamic and purposeful interdisciplinary national organization, contributing to the advancement of cement, concrete, building materials and construction industries, and for better the life of all. Thank you. May God bless you all. Honorable Minister, respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is just 96 years young, and what an honor it is to celebrate his achievements. May I now request Dr. Singh, Director General NCB, to kindly present mementos to the esteemed dignitaries on the days as a token of our appreciation and thanks. We start by thanking the Honorable Chief Guest for this morning's function, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary DPIIT. Thank you, sir, for your presence here today. We thank Shri Sanjiv, Joint Secretary DPIIT. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence here today. Our sincere and heartfelt thanks to Shri Neeraj Akhoury. Thank you, sir. Chairman-NCB, President-CMA, and Managing Director, Shri Cement Limited. Thank you, sir. It's an honor to have you here with us. We express our deep, heartfelt thanks to Shri Mahendra Singhi, Member of Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited, our esteemed guest. Thank you for your presence here today, sir. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for doing us the honors. And now I take the pleasure of requesting Dr. S.K. Chaturvedi, Organizing Secretary, 18th NCB International Conference and Exhibition, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia ji, Secretary DPIIT, Government of India. Shri Sanjiv ji, Joint Secretary DPIIT, Government of India. Shri Neeraj Akhoury ji, Chairman-NCB and President-CMA and MD-Shree Cement. Shri Mahendra Singhi ji, Board of Directors and Strategic Advisor, Dalmia Cement. Dr. L.P. Singh, DG NCB. Distinguished delegates from India and abroad, exhibitors, sponsors, students, ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in proposing vote of thanks in this inaugural session. On behalf of NCB and entire cement and construction industries fraternity present over here, I express my sincere gratitude to Shri Amardeep Singh ji Secretary DPIIT, for kindly sparing his precious time and inaugurating this 18th NCB International Conference and Exhibition, and releasing various publications, and also giving away the first NCB Lifetime Achievement Award. He gave us a very inspiring and motivating visionary inaugural address. Sir, we are indeed very obliged to have your guidance and futuristic vision of Indian cement industry. And on behalf of Cement and Construction Industry Fraternity, I assure you that we shall follow the path shown by you and realize the vision of net zero by 2070. We have noted your words of wisdom and direction, particularly related to government policies, sustainable development, technology upgradation, energy and waste utilization, etc. We assure you, sir, that NCB will continue its efforts to meet the expectation of the industry and Government of India, and we shall take concrete steps in the areas of carbon capture and utilization and storage. My sincere thanks go to Shri Sanjiv ji, Joint Secretary DPIIT, for sharing government perspectives and initiatives for cement and construction sector. Sir, your innovative initiatives, periodic monitoring and pragmatic suggestions have helped NCB to align its activities with the requirement of the industry and Government of India and the society at large. Your pragmatic direction and support in scheduling the conference has been immensely valuable. It is because of your encouragement that this conference is being organized in its present format and of such tremendous magnitude. I express my thanks to Shri Neeraj Akhoury ji, Chairman-NCB, for giving us an insight of the challenges and opportunities and future outlook of Indian cement industry. Sir, you have been a pillar of support for the Indian cement industry and guiding us all along in our activities. Your support, guidance, and timely response has been phenomenal, which has culminated to the organization of this great conference. My thanks go to Shri Mahendra ji for giving vivid picture of cement industry global perspectives. Sir, you are a leading light who is showing the path ahead, not only to the Indian cement industry, but the global cement industry at large. Your deliberations, particularly at COP and G20 events, are highly laudable and action-oriented. And we will all follow a very inclusive, result-oriented, decisive approach in our journey to net zero targets. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. L.P. Singh, Director General NCB, for his wholesome address and giving us a very detailed picture of technology perspectives of Indian cement and construction industries and NCB's research and innovative initiatives, which are aligned to the industry requirement and national priorities. I also thank the distinguished delegates from India and abroad, invitees, government officials, who spared their valuable time to grace this inaugural session. Thanks are also due to sponsors, exhibitors, media partners, print and electronic media for their support and participation. I will fail in my duty if I do not acknowledge and thank the startups working in the field of cement and concrete construction for their participation and showcasing their capabilities and potential. They are the future of technology. And last but not the least, I thank all my colleagues at NCB who have contributed tirelessly for the successful organization of this conference. Thank you one and all, and welcome to all of you for this great event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chaturvedi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the 18th NCB International Conference also has an exhibition on cement, concrete, and building materials. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest, the esteemed guest of honor, and all the dignitaries on the days to please kindly proceed for the inauguration of the technical exhibition. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we also conclude the inaugural session. Once again, thank you for joining us here today and making the inaugural session a big success. And the panel discussions, which will be in the same hall, that is Palash Hall, will be starting at 11:45. Please do try and join us back in time. Meanwhile, kindly proceed for the inaugural of the technical exhibition. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Before we part ways, may I request the dignitaries to kindly please join us front and center for a group photo op. Sir, for a group photo. यहाँ इधर ही कर सकते हैं पीछे बैकग्राउंड हाँ पीछे बैकग्राउंड panel